Okay, number 9, it basically tells me what to do. Write the following sum as a telescoping series and find its sum. I'm going to go to the whiteboard, and after I go to the whiteboard, I'll look at the answer key. All right, let's go to the whiteboard, and I'm going to, basically write down the problem. This is problem number 9, and the problem number 9 is n equals 1 to infinity, and then you get 8, and you get n squared plus 11n plus 30. And they said, write it as a telescoping sum. So I'm going to use partial fractions to do that, and hopefully things will work out pretty nicely and smoothly. And I'm going to say 8. This would be n. Let's see, I'm going to say 6 and 5. And what does that give you? It gives you 8 in top, n squared, 11n. Yeah, it looks like it's pretty good. Equals a over n plus 5 plus b over n plus 6. Multiply, both sides by the LCD. You get 8 equals a, n plus 6 plus b, n plus 5. Let's pick a nice easy n, by the way. I'm going to pick n to be, minus 5. And what would you get there? You'd get 8. And then you get a. And the b would disappear because minus 5 plus 5 is 0. So I know the a is 8. I'm going to erase this, and I'll put the number 8 down. Now let's do n equals minus 6. And what do you get there? You still get 8. And minus 6 would give you minus b. And now I know b is minus 8. So I'm going to get my eraser out, and I'm going to put that down. And let's go to town on it. So I'll write this over here. I'm going to pull the 8 out. I'm getting a little better at this. This can be the sum n equals 1 to infinity. And that would be 1 over n plus 5 minus 1 over n plus 6. All right? So I'm going to actually erase things that I'm pretty comfortable that we are okay with. All right, now what I mean by okay with, I think we're okay with the partial fraction. Pretty simple problem, by the way. If I made a mistake, we'll discover that when we look at the k. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do the partial sum. I'm going to write Sn down. And what do you get there? Well, you get 8 times the sum n equals, that's lowercase n, to uppercase n. This is finite. I can always do a finite sum. And let's go to town on it. And I'm going to start writing it down. So it's going to be 8. And I'm going to start writing it down. So it's going to be 1/6 minus 1/7. Then you get 1/7 minus 1/8. Then you get 1/8 minus 1/9. And then, yada, yada, yada. We go towards the end. And in the end, what do you get? We get 1. Let's see, that's going to be big N plus 5 minus 1. Big N plus 6. And I think you know me by now, I'm going to move backwards as well. So what do you get? 1 over, well, it appears it's going down by 1, right? Like 8, 7, 6, well, 5, 4. And then what do you get over here? That'll be 1 over, well, 1 back from n plus 6 is going to be n plus 5. Now, by the way, there's a lot in between I'm not writing down. It was impossible to write down. But I think I can start, canceling things now. And this cancels. This cancels. I hope you realize there's something there that would cancel that. And going backwards, what I notice, this cancels that. There'd be something before that. And I get, something pretty simple. What am I getting in the end? Let's write it down for you. This is Sn, by the way. You're getting 8. And then you left off with, let's just look at it, 1/6 minus 1 over n plus 6. So things are kind of working out pretty nicely. And that's the partial sum. What do I want to do? I want to take a look at the limit as this big N goes towards infinity of S big N. You would get 8, you would get 1/6, and that 1 over n plus 6 as n goes to infinity would be 0. So what do you get over there? You get 8/6, and that would be, let's see, 4/3. Right? So I'm going to say this is the same thing as the sum n equals 1 to infinity of that original sum, which was 8 over n squared plus 11n plus 30. Let me just make sure I'm saying that right. n squared 11n plus 30. Yeah, we got it right over here. What I'm going to do now, I can't say enough times, look at the key, right? See if you can match up what they're saying it is. And, certainly it's my work, I'm looking at it. It looks relatively simple, and they did get an answer in the end of 4/3. Not that I'm carefully looking at everything that's written down there. I'm comfortable. However, if you're not getting this right, you need to carefully look at the work to figure out what's going wrong. Thank you.